you still here, son? The Harbour Tavern isn't the safest place for the likes of you.
Can you sing me that song again?
Oh, well, that's a bro idea. Hey, Badgin, play it again.
Keep it down, boys.
It's filled with sea berries. What's so secret about that?
Can we go back to the hotel now, Eugene? I'm sure we're not supposed to be out here.
Utter nonsense, Joyce. If we weren't allowed out here, the gate would...
But I want to get back to the hotel in time to dress up.
Really, Joyce? You are such a fusspot. Nobody will see what you are wearing. Those purple robes cover everything. And the ceremony doesn't start until 6 o'clock. As long as the tide is high, we have plenty of time.
Unwind and relax with Rayburn Seaberry Juice. The juice that makes you go inside. Here on the shore of the big river, and relax with Rayburn Seaberry Juice. The juice that makes you go inside.
Well, hello, old chap. And where did you come from? Don't you know there is no trespassing on this side of the fence?
A pig's gotta do what a pig's gotta do.
Well, don't let the guards catch you here, old chap. Word has it the owner of the factory is a miserable old owl. It's best not to tangle with him.
I can't combine these. I brought the scroll and the glue.
So you did, laddie-o. Let's make a violin. Here's your violin, lad. Sorted. Try to treat it a bit better fae now on, eh?
It was that cat detective. What do I owe you?
Oh, just give me whatever you think it's worth, lad. Jeez, oh lad, that's a mighty fine payment. That might even be enough to put this yin back in business. Thank you very much, I'm sure. That's the shift at the factory switching out. It is 5:30. I need to get my tea on.
5:30 already? It's time for my liver wrap.
There, one lovely liver wrap snug in place, dear. Now all you have to do is lie down and relax and be detoxified. You can remove the wrap in half an hour. Have a nice nap, dear.
I hope there's good reason for this get-together.
Whatever it is, I hope you make it short. I have a previous engagement that I am impatient to get to.
I'm afraid we will all have to stay here for a little while. There has been an accident. One of our guests is unfortunately deceased. I telephoned the police and they specifically told me to assemble all the guests for investigation.
Well, if that is the case, this is hardly all the guests. I'd say it's about half.
Ted, where are the other guests?
This is everybody I could find on such short notice.
Oh, well, be a dear and find the others.
Yes, Mrs. Meek.
Yes, why not the staff as well, Mrs. Meek?
Why, I don't know, dear. The police said it wasn't necessary. They only want to see the guests.
Bien, so I can go.
Oh, no, you can't. You saw it happen. You have to stay.
He saw what happened?
De murder, mademoiselle.
Murder?
Oui, mademoiselle. The Monsieur Cat Detective did not fall from the tower all by himself. There was another person with him. And that person pushed the cat to its...
Pushed him? From a tower? You're not saying that annoying cat detective is... dead?
I don't believe this. My cast needs their beauty sleep, and the crew has to rise and shine early in the morning. We cannot stay up all night waiting for the police to arrive just because of some trifling murder. We have a horror movie to make.
Not only do the police have to arrive, they also have to figure out who did it. That'll take all night. Too bad the only person who was professionally equipped to solve a murder was, murdered.
Oh, I've had enough of this. George, why don't you say something? Well, if that cat detective wasn't the only detective on this island.
What does that mean? Whatever do you mean, dear?
Is there anything you want to tell us, George?
Yes, Georgie Porgy. Why don't you tell all these people who you really are?
I have a feeling your dark past is going to come out, dear. Well, a tiny chapter of it at least.
Are you people trying to tell me that you don't know who this bothersome fellow is? Why, he is a detective. The famous pig detective, no less.
Another detective? Great. That's just what we need.
What? I had no idea. But what a blessing, dear. If you really are a detective, it would save us a world of hassle. You just have to solve the case before the police get here. Then we won't have to have an investigation. Just figure out who the murderer is, dear, so we can all go to bed.
You say that as if it was easy.
Well, isn't it? All you have to do is tell us who had a motive. Isn't that how this is done, dear?
That is exactly how it's done. Unfortunately, more than one person in this room had a motive to kill Cat Detective.
More than one person? He must have been a very undesirable cat for that to be the case.
Well, he was. From what I witnessed during my stay here, Cat Detective had plenty of enemies. In fact, the murderer could be anybody.
Anybody?
Well, obviously not you, Duckling.
Oh, thank you.
But, for example...
Are you looking at me, George? Are you looking at me?
You said you could kill Cat Detective because he made fun of your singing. I overheard you saying so in the hotel bar.
What, you think it was me? Well, I'm disappointed in you. Also, you're wrong. I never said I wanted to kill Cat Detective. Come to think of it, you said that, George. I overheard you on the boat this morning. Cat Detective hurt your pride, didn't he? saying he was the greatest detective of all time. Do you think you're the greatest detective of all time, George? Did you kill Cat Detective out of jealousy? Or was it because he threatened to find out all your secrets? Do you have any secrets, George? And are they to kill for?
You're right. I do have a secret. I am not who I seem.
Yeesh!
But I'm not a murderer, and I'd appreciate it if you didn't tell anyone what I just told you.
Hey, don't worry, George. Your secret's safe with me, pal.
You said you could kill Cat Detective because he made fun of your voice. I overheard you saying so at the Radon Spa.
Is this some kind of joke? I own this hotel. Why would I murder the guests?
You said you could kill Cat Detective because he was annoying the guests. I overheard you saying so in the hotel.
What utter nonsense. I sit in the lobby every morning to read the paper. But I am not in the habit of talking to anyone there. In fact, nobody dares interrupt me when I read the newspaper but yourself. It couldn't possibly have been me that you heard.
Who? Me?
I'm sorry, Mrs. Meek.
Oh, not at all. I'm flattered. I always fancied myself secretly as a more colorful character.
You said you could kill Cat Detective because he was such a horrible violinist. I overheard you saying so in the hot springs.
Oh dear, you know, I really was at the hot springs today, but I never said I could kill Cat Detective just because he was such a horrible violin player. That alone is hardly enough reason to kill a...
What, me? I'm a manager, not a murderer.
You said you could kill Cat Detective because he said I overheard you saying so in the hotel.
You nosy porker. It makes no sense to deny it. As his manager, I was talking to Mr. Gander in the lobby when Mr. Cat Detective interrupted us. He was very impolite and he did insult my competence as a manager, but he is an admirer of Mr. Gander's. And as his manager, I refrained from killing Mr. Gander's admirers. It would be bad for business. You must admit that it could not have been me who killed the cat.
Who? Me?
You said you could kill Cat Detective because he disturbed the film shoot. I overheard you saying so in the massage hut.
You eavesdropped on me while I was getting a massage. I don't believe this. Okay, so I did say I could kill that cat for disturbing my film shoot. And you really think I would do that? In that case, aren't you afraid for your own life? You disturbed the film shoot just as much as he did. Maybe even more so.
I like to live dangerously.
for saying I did it, but I'm the witness.
You said you could kill Cat Detective because he insulted a Danish. I overheard you saying so at the cafe.
I did not like the cat, it's true. He insulted my brioche. He was a very disagreeable customer. But monsieur, as much as I would prefer it, I cannot go kill all the disagreeable customers. There is far too many of them. Et en plus, I was at the harbor to collect my coffee shipment when it happened. So being a detective, you must see that it could not have been me who killed the cat.
The police are here, Mrs. Meek.
Oh, thank goodness! The police! And you are just in time. Mr. Pig Detective here has just finished his investigation. I am sure he will reveal who the culprit is presently, and then we can all go and mind our own business.
Oh, please. Surely the police will want to conduct their own investigation.
Pig Detective is here? Oh, what a great pleasure to see you.
Likewise.
Now, what's this I hear? You have already identified the most probable suspect? Who is it, George?
Mrs. Meek did it.
Thank you for doing all the legwork for us. I am certain you have chosen the correct suspect. Now we can all get back to Big Town in time for supper. But I must say I'm a bit disappointed. They told me on the phone that the great Gander would be among the guests. Why wasn't he there?
I believe the Great Gander is away on some sort of secret mission. Mr. Rayburn's involved in it too. Both of them have been behaving awfully suspicious all day. Very distracting to one's holiday.
Well, I'm sorry I missed the opportunity to meet him. You know, I've always been a big fan of his. I used to listen to his radio show all the time, back when I had to work late at my old job in Cowboy Town. Well, if it's not too much trouble, maybe you could get me an autograph, George, old man?
Will do.
You know, I can't help but wonder, old chap, what was that all about?
I just solved a very important case.
Well, congratulations. What happened?
That annoying cat detective went and got himself killed.
I beg your pardon? I'm sorry, old chap, but I'm afraid I haven't the faintest idea who you're talking.
It doesn't really matter, Plummy. The culprit's been found. It's...
I don't know, Mr. Pig Detective. Are you sure you got me personally? I got my money on that Great Gander fellow. He's mighty suspicious. All the time he's been here, he's never said a word.
Seems to me that it's not yet time for that drink, old chap.
I have to find the Great Gander. Does he take these trophies everywhere with him? Now, where have I seen this before? I don't glow green anymore. That liver wrap must have actually helped. How very inconvenient when it's dark.
Hello? Can you hear me? Is this thing on? You have failed the jump of faith. Do you wish to be transported to safety, or do you wish to try again? You may undertake the jump of faith as many times as you desire. If you want to get to the other side safely, just push the button next to the door. If you need any assistance with that, just give me a shout. I'll probably be here all night. Good luck.
That's just great, Deirdre. How like you to forget the invitation. Oh, now it is my fault, Harold. Why am I always the one who has to think of everything? I am so tired of this I cut script. Mental load is a real thing, Harold. I read about it in a magazine. If you would just sheep up and do your part in this relationship, I would not be so tired all the time. And then I would not forget little things like invitations. Aha! So you admitted to your fault.
Good evening, sir. Do you have an invitation?
Of course I do.
Thank you, sir, but I'm sorry. I cannot let you in without a robe.
It sure looks like a lot of Rayburn's seaberry juice was consumed here tonight.
5 minutes, Mr.
Seems to be
Gander.
locked.
I've come to get you for your performance, Mr. Gander.
Please don't forget your head mask, Mr. Gander. That costume looks great on you, Mr. Gander.
Please wait while I lock the door, Mr. Gander. I just have to tell you.
That was close.
Can't you stay out of trouble, dude?
What's that you're saying, little piggy? That nice pig detective is in trouble. You've got to go to Big Town? Today? Goodbye, little piggy. Take good care of yourself over in the Big Town now. Big Town ain't no place for a little piggy like him. But every little piggy has to grow up someday. And what's that saying? To love is to let go. Goodbye now, little piggy. Goodbye. Knapsack and a pocket of nickels. Early morning when there's no one around. I hear the sparrows sing the song of the morning. Must have heard that I'm heading to town. The whistle blares and sit and stare at the dusty plains as they scurry away. Got no worries, just a grin and a promise. Every pig's gotta have his day. The big town calls my name. Everything's gonna go my way. Okay, bright lights and a sense of adventure. You can know all there is to be found. I dust my knees, step onto the platform. Piggy's heading to town.
Pig Detective. Why is everybody asking me where to find Pig Detective tonight? I better not tell you. You'd better get out of here. Big town streets at night is no place for a little piggy.
Well, well, well. Now what do we have here?
It's a little oinker.
Look at the little piggy coming to my market. You wanting to buy a gun, little one? Because if you're not wanting to buy a gun, you was better getting out of here real quick. Ribbit.
Look at the little oinker. He's got a trilby hat and a magnifying glass on him. What are you, Oinky? Some sort of detective? Hey, Doyle, is that the famous pig detective that got you in the catter last time?
Are you making fun of me, little piggy? You'd better not be making fun of me. Bigger pigs than you have tried to make a fool out of me. And they're gonna regret it too. Especially that wretched pig detective.
You better look out, Doyle. That little oinker looks mighty dangerous. And we've all seen how much bad luck you've been having with the oinkers. Right, boys?
I've had enough of this. Deal with him, Danny.
You got it, boss.
Hey, you down there.
Hey, who's that?
You leave that little piggy alone. Do you hear?
Come on, boys, let's get her. You ain't afraid of a little mousey, are you?
Who you calling afraid, you big dummy? Billy, you go first.
Get her ready.
Come here, little mousey. Stop it.
Thanks, little pal.
Get here.
Get off him. That's enough from you, little piggy.
Oh, no, you won't.
No. This isn't the end. We always meet twice in life.
You shouldn't be looking forward to that, you crook. Are you all right, little pal? That was a close call. Good work. Our ways separate here, little pal. I have to deliver this package. The Cheese Palace is just down that street. The owner, Gloria, is a very honorable mouse. She will help you find Pig Detective. Good luck, little pal.
Hello, young fellow. Go right in. They're waiting for you.
なんて面白い豚だ。とても面白いジョークだ。
I don't get it. Why is the little piggy wearing a fedora?
Yes, I think it may be a comment on anthropomorphism in our modern society.
この豚はとても面白い豚です。
Did he just say pig detective? Did the little piggy say pig detective?
Interesting. It's a very clever concept and a rather endearing execution. The little piggy, looking for the great pig detective. It's a classic coming-of-age tale with a comedic undertone.
この豚をコメディアンとして雇わなければなりません。
Well, you think pig detective is a funny subject, do you? I see you just haven't met him yet.
誰もこの豚をコメディアンとして雇わないならば、私が雇います。あなたはとても才能のある豚です。ここに私の名刺があります。バベルタウンを訪問するとき、電話してください。 白い豚だ。
Where is Pig Detective indeed? A very existential question for a little piggy such as yourself.
You're asking me where you can find Pig Detective? If I knew where to find Pig Detective, he'd be in serious trouble.
I have been trying to get a hold of Pig Detective myself lately. He's not answering his phone. That's all I know. Steve, why don't you go with this little piggy and show him where Pig Detective's office is? And tell him to call me at once.
Well, little piggy, here we go. I'll take you to Pig Detective's office.
Mr. George. Oh, I'm afraid he's not here. He's on a vacation on Relax Island, you see, and he left this morning on a boat.
Pig Detective is on Detox Island. That's horrible news. Can I use your phone?
Cromwell Manor. Gregory speaking.
Gregory, we have a problem.
Right. I'll send in the ducks. Pig Detective's in trouble.
I think I'm in trouble.
Trouble? You've been nothing but trouble. Every time I make a plan, you come and cross it. But this is the last time.
It was you, wasn't it? You killed Cat Detective.
It was an accident. My men had orders to kill the bothersome detective who was on the boat to the island this morning. And how was I to know that you weren't the only bothersome detective to come here today?
What have I ever done to you?
Done? You have seen too much. And you know too much. You snooped around Mr. Cromwell's house and almost interfered with his insurance scam.
Insurance scam? What insurance scam?
I needed that insurance money for my mining operation in Cowboy Town. Because of you, I had to borrow money from Mr. Sharkey instead.
I suspected as much.
Then you followed me to Cowboy Town and disturbed my plans there.
Well, actually, it was Mr. Sharkey who sent me to Cowboy Town.
You even found and freed that old sheriff. And that old mongrel is a threat to every honest crook. And after you set him free, I had to make him chief of police in Big Town to get him out of my feathers.
Does the sheriff know about this?
And now you're here, bothering me again. I should have known. 3 times I've tried to kill you, and you've escaped every time, but you won't get away. Sacrifice him!
Mess, laddie. But don't worry, I'll try to get you out of it.
Mrs. Gilman, what are you doing here? And why are you wearing a purple robe? Did Mr. Rayburn recruit you into his occult cult?
Shh! Not so loud, laddie. That evil bird doesn't know that we're acquainted. I am the High Priestess of the Great Octopus to you, and we was occulting here long before that fat old owl came to our island. He's just trying to exploit our cult culture for his own evil purposes.
I need to stop him.
You'll need to get out of that cage first. Are you still wearing that trinket from the scavenger? congregation, we have gathered today to worship the great octopus. We are offering this sacrifice. But wait, what's this? He is wearing the ancient artifact. Can it? It is true. The stranger is wearing the ancient artifact. He might be the Chosen One. Chosen One.
Artifact? My feathers? That is no ancient artifact. Sacrifice him!
Well, the legend has it that the Chosen One has flawless knowledge of the history of our people. Prove yourself, Chosen One. Tell us of the history of this island. But remember to tell it in order.
A great meteor fell from the sky. The city was sunk in the ocean. From the sea rose the creature. Our people built a hotel. The mollusk god is still worshipped here?
This narrative about the history of our people is still quite correct. He could be the Chosen One.
Chosen One. Chosen One. He is the Chosen One. Praise the great octopus. And what better sacrifice than the Chosen One? Sacrifice him!
I am the great octopus. Fear my wrath. I am the great octopus. Fear my wrath.
Oh no, he's awakening.
Who's awakening?
Everybody keep calm. Everybody, run! Eugene!
What is going on here?
Day of the Duck, sir? Today? Yes, of course, sir. Anna is the super, sir.
What is going on here?
Tie the rope to the cage. Quick!
Oh, that's a great knot, laddie. That should get you out of here.
What about you, Mrs. Gilman? I can't leave you down here.
Oh, don't worry about me, laddie. I'm a fish. I can swim. Besides, I'm High Priestess of the Great Octopus, you know. He won't harm me.
All clear! Up, up!
Tentacle, tentacle!
Little piggy, you've done it again. You saved my bacon.
Mr. George, we were so worried for you. I think I need a holiday now to recover from all this excitement.
Holidays are vastly overrated, Miss Ella. I don't recommend them.
Once again, so sorry for any inconvenience we might have caused you. We had no idea you had a thing in action on Detox Island. I hope we haven't hurt your operation too much.
Oh, don't worry, no harm done. Just the work of a couple of years destroyed in a couple of minutes. But the show must go on, as they say. We'll just pick up the pieces and... Ted? What are we gonna do, Ted?
We will tidy up the island and give it back to the fish people.
Oh, yes. We will tidy up the island and give it back to the fish people. The island is totally reduced to rubble, of course, but I guess the fish people can deal with that. They've done it before. The important thing is that your target is safe.
Oh yes, totally safe. Well, thank you for your cooperation. I hope I wasn't lying. You will be safe here, right?
In my own office, Gregory. Of course I...
Oh! We made it last! I've turned over every stone in Big Town for you, Pig Detective. Nobody messes with Doyle Loonigan and lives to tell about it. Any last words? No!
I shot him.
Little piggy! No! Miss Ella, quick! Get your car. We're going to Babeltown.
A knapsack and a pocket of nickels. Early morning when there's no one around. I hear the sparrows sing the song of the morning. Must have heard that I'm heading to town. The whistle blares and I sit and stare at the dusty plains as they scurry away. Got no worries, just a grin and a promise. Every pig's gotta have his day. The big town calls my name. Everything's gonna go my way. Okay, bright lights and a sense of adventure. You can know all there is to be found. I dust my knees, step onto the platform. Piggy's heading to town. Hey, Butch. Bought you a new cellmate. And guess what? This one's innocent too.